In the previous session, we have discussed about how to create this RPD and different layers of RPD. And after that, we have discussed about our deployment component, that is Enterprise Manager, and various tabs that are present in that Enterprise Manager. Okay. And in today's session, we are going to learn how to deploy that RPD into Oracle BI Server and how to test that RPD. How to deploy that RPD and how to test that RPD, whether that RPD is working fine, and whether the RPD that we have designed is generating the queries. I mean to say, like, is generating our desired queries only. There are no fault queries or fault reports are getting generated because of our human mistakes and all. Okay. In order to do that, first what we need to is we need to log into Enterprise Manager. In order to log into Enterprise Manager, we need to use the following link: your system name or the server IP address, followed by port number, /EM. EM stands for Enterprise Manager. Here we need to provide this WebLogic user ID as well as WebLogic password. After logging into this Enterprise Manager, we need to navigate through this business intelligence, and under that business intelligence we will be having these core applications. Most of the time we used to work only on this business intelligence part, because as we used to work on this business intelligence part, this is the only tree that we used to access regularly. In this, among this, you have discussed about each and every tab that is present over here in detail. And in order to deploy our RPD, what we need to do is we need to navigate to this deployment tab. In this deployment tab, we need to click on this lock and edit. What is the use of this lock and edit button is, let us say we have around 5 users who are working on a particular project. Let us say A, B, C, D, E. If this A press on this lock and edit configuration, then this particular session, Enterprise Manager session, will be locked to this A. During this time, these people, these B, C, D and E, will have no access. Okay. By using this lock and edit configuration, what happens is the session gets locked for the particular user, whoever clicks on this lock and edit configuration, and then entire access will be given to this user and access will be blocked to B, C, D and E. They can open Enterprise Manager, but they cannot do deployment activities and all. Why? Because only one user can access this Enterprise Manager at a time. That is, only one deployment can happen in Enterprise Manager at a time. So that if other users disturb whatever the activities that is being performed by some other user, they may raise to some other issues, because this is purely a server environment. So it may create lot of disturbances. In order to avoid such disturbances, Oracle has provided us with this lock and edit configuration button. Okay, that is the use of this lock and edit configuration. Okay, as we want to deploy our RPD now, let's click on this lock and edit configuration button. Here it's displaying a message: lock and edit configuration completed successfully. Click on close. After this, browse for your RPD. The RPD that we have developed is training underscore repository RPD. Okay, the RPD that we have developed is this training underscore repository RPD. It's a best practice to close and load this RPD. Sometimes in previous versions of OBIW, it used to throw up an error. If you don't close the RPD that we are going to load, it used to throw up an error. But now it's not throwing. But sometimes we are facing the same issue again even. Okay, so it's a best practice. It's not a mandatory thing, but it's a best practice to close the RPD that we are going to load. Okay. After closing this RPD, click on browse. Search for our RPD, training underscore RPD. Okay. And I'm clicking on open. The moment I click on open, this RPD file will get updated here. Internally, its path will also get updated here. After that, I need to provide RPD's password. After providing all these details, we need to click on this apply. The moment we click on this apply, what happens here is the snapshot of this particular training underscore RPD file will get created. Okay. The moment we click on this apply button, what happens is snapshot of this particular file. A new version of this particular file will be created and the original file will not be touched by VA server. I am clicking on apply. The moment I click on apply, see what happened here is snapshot of this training underscore repository with some version VA0012 has been created here. It means that the original file is safe over there and we have copied with this name snapshot of this particular whatever the file you are uploading, we have copied that file with this particular name and we are updating that file into Oracle BI server. That is what it's telling. This feature is called as version control of RPD. In OBI, this particular feature, it is called as version control of RPD. This is very important interview question and they used to ask about this many times. Okay, what do you mean by version control of RPD? Or else they will be asking it like this: do OBI server maintains any versions for RPD, or do you guys maintain any versions in your project? They will be asking like that. They are asking these questions because they will be knowing whether do you have idea of these deployment activities or not. If they ask question like do you maintain any versions, they mean to ask like if you are working in real time, then you can say that we are not going to maintain any versions, but our tool itself maintains versions of RPD while we are loading. If you say that we are going to maintain versions by providing some series of names like 1.1, 2.1 like that, then they may doubt you sometimes. But there is nothing to doubt, you can create such versions even, but it's better to say our tool only maintains different versions. Okay. After clicking on this apply button, the next step we need to do is we need to click on this activate changes. What happens in the background when we click on this activate changes button is we maintain a particular file. Okay, we maintain a particular configuration file and this file will get updated with this particular path. Okay, that is what which happens in the background. The moment we click on that activate changes, no other options will be available here, and as we have provided that particular path, then what we need to do is we need to restart Oracle BI server alone. Okay. We need to restart this Oracle BI server. Click on this availability tab, click on process that are running, click on this, select this BI server alone and restart selected. told you guys that when the moment we click on activate changes, one file will get updated, right? I'll show you that particular log file. Go to my computer, Cont C A11G instance. This is one config files, server component. See, in this file, all our configurations file will be available over here. See, now this configuration file got updated with this training underscore repository underscore BA0012. That is the latest version which it is getting uploaded, right? The moment we click on that activate changes, what happens in the background is this file is called as configuration file. Whenever the server stops and restarts, it will be checking this particular file. Okay, it will be checking this particular file, and it will load that particular file as per the path. Okay, what is it going to do is it will check this particular, it just simply loads this configuration file and do whatever the activities that are present in this configuration file. The moment we click on activate changes, what happens is this file will get updated with this particular name. Previously it will be with some other name. This is what it's going to happen in background. Sometimes what happens is, if there are any errors if this front end pages got corrupted completely, we don't have any other choice, or we don't have any other go except to navigate into these log files, and we need to check that. If for basic users, they will be asking you to check with this interface only. If you inform that it got failed, what they are going to do is they used to check all these logs and they used to verify what happened exactly. Okay, this is the that particular configuration file. You need to it's better if you know all these particular paths for this configuration files. Most of the configuration files will be present in instances 1 and this config folder, and in this particular config we will be having a component called Oracle BI server component. Okay, that is one particular file. And one more other file is, now what we have done over here is we have updated that particular RPD. We have deployed that particular RPD into this deployment tab, and we have restarted this BA server. If you want to know whether our RPD got successfully updated or not, now it has displayed that the BA server has been completely restarted. You just want to view what happened while restarting. We just want to view what are the logs that has been generated while restarting. In order to do that, what we need to do is, if we move into this diagnostics folder, here we will be having some logs. Okay, the logs belongs to server component. Then we need to search for Oracle BI server component. Okay. We have uploaded this into server, right? So all logs will be present in this NQ server. This file is nothing but NQ server.log file. The moment we open this, if we move exactly to the last bottom page, now 2015-07-21, this is today's date, and this is the time at which we have restarted the particular server. So we will be having the whatever the errors, notifications, and each and everything that happened during this particular time. Here it's being displaying like a connection with cluster controller was successful. Now our particular file CBA11G has been updated. If something wrong happens, what happened here previously is, I will show you the previous logs as well. Here the operation got cancelled. Why this operation got cancelled? This operation got cancelled because of invalid username or password. In that deployment page, here you need to provide this RPD username and password, right? Even though if you provide password wrong at both the places, it's not going to populate any error or not, because it is not, they have not provided intelligence to that to verify password there itself. After loading into, while loading into server only, it used to check whether that password is valid or not. Okay, even though if we have such errors, our enter deployment will get failed. See here, deployment got failed because authentication got failed. Now we don't have any of such kind of errors. I think our deployment must be successful here. Why? Because no errors or warnings got generated over here. Okay, let us check whether our RPD got updated here or not. Let me open our RPD in online mode. AWBA 7001. I'm opening this analytics page now using this WebLogic password. Now I am opening our RPD in online mode. Online mode is different from offline mode, guys. The difference between this online mode and offline mode is, in offline mode, if we do any modifications, whatever the modifications we do, we need to upload that particular RPD file. We need to deploy that particular RPD file into Oracle BI server. But whereas in online mode, what happens is, in online mode we can do some modifications to the RPD, and the moment you click on this check-in, whatever the changes that you have done in online mode will get immediately reflected in that particular analytics page. That is, analytics page is nothing but our output. Our output or place where our reports and dashboards will get executed. Okay. In order to open our file in online mode, we can do it with in two ways. That is, open online from this blue color folder button, or else go to file, click on open. Here click on online. Here we need to provide our repository password, and we need to provide password for this WebLogic user. Okay, see what happened. In online, whatever the RPD that we have updated has been successfully deployed. Whatever the RPD that we have updated has been successfully deployed. Okay, is this fine? I'm just checking whether in which business model we have created everything, that is all the measures and all. Okay, on the day we have created these pending orders in different ways, right? These pending orders has been created using logical columns. These pending orders has been created with by referring to physical columns, and these pending orders, okay, this pending orders column has been created using calculation wizard. Okay, now let us check in our analytics page whether both these things are generating same results or not. Okay, I'm just doing this step to verify that. Okay, the moment you log in, let me come to this analytics page. The moment you log into analytics page, this is the page that it's going to get displayed. Okay, in this startup page, what it displays is, it displays about this OBA sample light RPD. This is the default RPD that is provided by Oracle. This OBA sample applied is a default RPD that is being provided by Oracle, and the password for this sample RPD will be admin123. This can be used whenever you feel like whether my entire tool got corrupted, or you may be getting some doubts, like if something is not functioning accordingly as per its working condition, then we can check that by uploading this, by deploying this particular OBA sample applied RPD into through enterprise manager, and we can check whether our entire setup is working correctly or not. Okay, as we have already deployed our training underscore repository RPD into the BI server, if you want to generate any report in this analytics page, what you need to do is you need to click on new. This is the first step. And in this new, what you are going to generate now, we are going to generate a report. A report is nothing but an analysis here. Okay. What we need to do is you need to click on this new and click on analysis. The moment we place our mouse cursor on this new, a drop down will appear, but this drop down will not appear properly in Chrome. This is just a browser issue only. Okay, it works well in Firefox as well as this Internet Explorer. Even this drop down appears. The moment we click on this analysis, the next it won't proceed it won't take us to the next step in Chrome. That is just a browser issue. Okay, it's better to use Firefox for all the other activities in OBI. Okay? The moment we click on this new, this following drop down appears. In this analysis is nothing but if you want to generate any kind of report, then we are going to click on that analysis button. Okay? The moment we click on this new button, click on this analysis. When we click on this analysis, whatever the RPDs, okay, whatever the subject areas that we have created in our RPD, that will appear over here. It asks us in which subject area you are going to work on now. Like in which subject area you are going to generate reports. That is what it's going to ask. We are going to discuss about all these other options in later point of time, one after the other. Okay. Here, now we are going to work only on this analysis. The moment we click on this analysis, see it will be showing us with the following 4 subject areas that we have developed over here. See, these 4 subject areas were getting displayed over here. Okay. Now I'm going to work on this sales underscore manual. This sales underscore manual is nothing but which we just want to check whether which subject area is referring to this sales underscore manual, or else we'll get confused over here. This sales subject area M. Okay, this sales subject area M is referring to this sales underscore manual business model. Okay, now we are going to work on this sales subject area M. The moment we click on that particular subject area, only that particular subject area will get displayed in this area. See, only sales underscore subject area M subject area will be displayed over here. Whatever the options that are present, whatever the folders, whatever the columns that are present under this subject area will be displayed in this interface page. Okay. In order to generate any report, what we need to do is we need to click on that particular folder. The moment to click on that particular folder, whatever the options, whatever the columns that are present under that particular table will get displayed over there. Okay. See here in presentation layer we have defined some subfolders over here. So it's displaying all the columns were organized under its particular subfolders. All measures will be present in this measure subfolder, and all the other key things will be present in this key subfolder. This is fine, right? But see, what we have done is we have imported only these pending orders. We have imported only this pending orders calculated file into this measures tab, but we have not imported the other 2 things. Okay, let me do that in online mode. That is what online mode is. See, only I have imported only this pending orders. Now I am going to import this pending orders physical. Okay, as this is entirely in online mode, if you want to disturb anything that is in online mode, then we need to check out that particular object first. Okay, click on this checkout. Now this pending orders physical has been placed into this particular measures folder. I mean like measures table. Now I am importing this other thing as well. Now both these things were imported over here. In order to get these both these new things updated into the online mode, what we need to do is we need to click on this checkout. We need to click on this check-in changes. The moment we click on check-in changes, if there are any errors or warnings, it's going to throw up that errors and warnings. If there are no errors and warnings, what it's going to do is it's going to display like consistency check, fixed certain objects, there are no errors, warnings or best practice violations left to report. Okay, now our RPD is successful. Now the moment when we update that particular RPD file in online mode, we need to do some refresh over here so that it will get updated with all that particular loads. In order to refresh that, we need to do reload server metadata. Why? Because there we have disturbed the metadata over there. This refresh display is nothing but the entire display, whatever that is present, that are the expansions and all, it get displayed. That's it. Okay. In order to update with all the new column additions and all, new column addition is nothing but metadata modification. So in order to load all the metadata modifications, we need to do this reload server metadata. See, now as the reload server metadata is complete, now both these two things got reflected over here. Okay, now let us generate a report using all these objects. I am going to populate customer name, year, let us say like import any description of product, and this dollars, units ordered, units shipped, pending orders, pending physical. Okay, but both these three things, both these three bottom things need to display the same value. Why? Because we have calculated the output will be output, our desired output is, we have designed them with a following desired output that should be same for both these things, three things. Okay, now click on this results tab to view results. That's it. See, both these three things are same for both. Here it is 18 18 18 0 0 and it's same everywhere. Okay, this value is nothing but unit order minus unit shipped, right? That is 45 minus 27, that is 18. All our calculations are perfect, but this is just a simple report. But if you are generating a very large report kind of thing, okay, let us say we are generating a very big report or something. While generating, what happens in the background is we will be pulling these columns from this particular subject area, like presentation tables. We'll be pulling all the presentation columns from presentation tables. What happens in the background? What happens in the background is from this presentation, it's going to hit the RPD that is loaded into the Oracle BI server. In Oracle BI server, from presentation, it will check whether this this particular presentation column is referring to which business model. Then it enters into the BMM layer, and after entering into this BMM layer, it should be in through this front end page, it will be checking whether to which it is getting referred to. Okay, sales underscore manual business model orders dollars. Okay, then it will move over here. Here it will check to what is the column source for this particular column. Then it will check its reference, that is it is referring to this particular database. It is present in this physical layer in ORCL1 database supplier to F orders ACTL EXTND. And after this, what happens is query gets generated. Here we have information of database and its credentials. Now what Oracle VA server does is it generates a query to extract data from this particular reference. That is what it happens in the background. At the end, what happens is it will be checking database and it will be generating a particular query according to that particular database. Okay, if we want to view that query, what we need to do is go to this administration tab, leave page. Okay, here we have one thing called as manage sessions. Click on this manage session. Here, whatever the report we generate, for each and every report that we generate, a query will be generated in backend. Okay, a query will be generated in backend, and that particular query will be visible to us in the sessions tab. Okay, the moment we click on view log, here what it's happening is no log found. It's displaying an error for us like no log found. Why it is getting displayed is we have not set anything while designing our RPD. We have not set anything to display logs. Okay, to save logs, as we have not provided that particular option for it, it is not displaying any kind of logs. Okay, in order to display that logs, what we need to do is we need to do a small configuration for our RPD so that it will be saving all the logs for whatever the actions that we are going to perform for our design BA RPD file. Okay, we need to do a small configuration. Okay, let me do that now. In order to display logs, what we need to do is we need to go to these tools, options, or else you can do this in this way as well. Tools, utilities, we have something called users tab over here. Oh, I'm sorry, we can do this through manage sessions. We can move through sessions or as well as we can do this through this identity tab as well. I'll do this through only one thing. Go to these sessions. Here we have whatever the sessions that we are running currently now. Okay, but as it is in online mode, it's better to move through this identity only. Here in this identity, whatever the files that we have created will be available over here. Sorry, like here each and every user should be available. We are doing all the operations through using WebLogic user here, right? As WebLogic user is not getting displayed over here, what we need to do is go to action, click on this set online user filter. Okay, now we can search with any user. If you want all users to get displayed over here, whoever the users that were created in WebLogic, then you need to click on the star and click on OK. See, the moment we click on that star in the set online user filter, whoever the users with online access will be available over here. Here, now we are going to define some log principal to this particular WebLogic user. See, the moment I double click on this WebLogic user, these are the permissions for this WebLogic user. This WebLogic user have this following application roles. Okay, I am going to discuss all about this application roles and all in security chapter. Okay, this user is having these access to these following things: be a administrator, be a, he was granted with these particular roles. Okay, but now we are much bothered about this log level, right? See, here we are maintaining log level as 0, and for this particular user we are maintaining log level as 0. In production environment we will be maintaining log level 0 only, because after everything is developed, if everything is working fine, there is no need to save any kind of logs that is being generated for each and every single report. Why? Because it's going to consume more space in BI server in maintaining all these logs and all the stuff. So in order to avoid that, in production environment, okay, listen this carefully. In production environment we will be maintaining log level 0 only. But during our development phase, what we used to do is used to maintain log level as 2. Okay, we have log levels up to 7 or 9 over here. Maximum 7 is available. Okay, but in development phase only we are much bothered about the queries that are getting generated in the backend. Okay, all the queries will be available if you provide log level as 2. If you provide log level as 1, what happens is I will just discuss about the differences about this log level 1 and log level 2. Log level 1, log level 2. In log level 1, the following details will get captured, that is username and session ID, all these things for any query. But whereas in log level 2, all these log level 1 items, in addition to these log level 1 items, we will be having log 1 items plus we will be having all the other details get captured, like repository name, business model name, presentation catalog name, okay, and all. See, in log level 1, what happens is it will just capture username and session ID, and after that it will just capture SQL, that is logical SQL only will get captured. Whatever the SQL that is going to hit BMM layer only, that is called as BMM layer is nothing but logical layer. Whatever the query that is going to hit only BMM layer, that query is called as logical SQL. This logical SQL will be available in log level 1, as well as query status, whether that query is success or not. Whatever the query that got generated is successfully executed, or whether it is not executed successfully. We'll be having that details as well. Query status and query execution time. Okay, all these things will get recorded in if we provide log level as 1. If you provide log level as 2, besides all these options, all these options will also get captured in log level 2. In addition to the log level 1 options, we do have some more other options. That is, we will be having this physical query will get captured over here. Here only logical query will get captured. In addition to this logical query, we have physical query as well. The query that is going to hit the physical layer, and as well as the database. And we will be having query that is issued against cache. How can I say? Cache is nothing but a temporary location where if we generate a particular report with ABC columns, and some other user is also generating the same report with that ABC columns, instead of Oracle BI server maintains a temporary location called as cache, where it's going to save report data. If some other same user requests the same data, instead of going and hitting physical database, it will be displaying that particular report from database only. Sorry, from that cache. Instead of getting itself trained by doing all the long procedure, it will be displaying that particular report from cache. But if data got updated in database, then it sometimes that may generate a problem, because if it refers from cache, the new updated values will not be displayed. Okay, this is how it happens over here. And the other thing it's going to capture is number of rows that are written from a database. Let us say we have executed some query. Okay, a query got filed into the database. Now it also captures a value like this query has written so and so records, like 2000 records, like 10,000 records, like that. Okay, that records were written from database. Okay, let us say in database we have around 1 lakh records. 1 lakh this particular query is going to fetch around 1 lakh records. That is, it captures number of rows written from physical database, and as well as it also maintains a log of number of rows written to client or report. Client is nothing but our particular tool. In our tool we'll be having some restrictions. Yesterday I have shown this in the here. Here in some place we will be providing it with limits like number of rows to get displayed, like 65,000 rows. Okay, instead of adding more load and more weight, we will be applying some restrictions in enterprise manager. Okay, then it also maintains the number of rows written from physical database, that is 1 lakh, and the number of rows that it's going to display. Okay, it maintains all such records. uh, I'm getting a call. Sorry for the pause, guys. Give me a second. Sorry for the pause, guys. Okay, in log level 2 it will capture all log level 1 features, and in addition to that it's going to capture these additional features. That is the difference between this log level 1 and log level 2. Okay, now let us provide log level 2 for this particular WebLogic user. Okay, click on checkout. After clicking on this checkout, see, as you have done some modification to this particular user, it will be displaying with this particular star kind of symbol. It's an indication that this user, some modification has been done on this particular thing. Okay, go to this action and click on close. After that, the next step you need to do is click on this check-in changes. Now refresh this particular page, or else click on this sign out and sign in again with this WebLogic user ID and password. Now click on new analysis, subject area M, and now I'm going to generate my report like year, customer name, description, and by following all measures. Okay, now I'm going to click on this results. previously when I moved on to this administration and manage sessions, only small log is available, right? Now we have enabled log levels. Now we have enabled log levels for this particular WebLogic user. Okay, we have displayed the same report now here even. Okay, let us check how many logs got generated over there in the background. Go to click on this administration, go on this leave page, manage session. See, now one additional log will be available over here. In order to view physical query logs and all, we always need to refer last but one log. We always need to refer last but one log. Okay, in order to do that, click on this view log. See, now a big log is available over here. I will show you the difference between physical query and as well as logical query that is getting generated. If you maintain log level 1, only this query will get captured in the log. This query is nothing but see how it appears. Sales underscore subject area M. It's going to refer to only subject area. And from subject area, it's referring to the values or the column level details. This is nothing but logical query that is getting generated over here. Okay. Again, if you refer to this log carefully, everything will be visible over here. SQL request, logical request hash. This is nothing but logical request. Okay. This entire query is nothing but logical query. We can't do anything with this logical query, but we can view what's happening in the background. This is nothing but the physical query that is getting generated over here. See, if you navigate it to the end, see what happens is sending query to database named ORCL1. Okay, with this logical query, this physical query is getting generated, and this physical query is it is being sent to the database named ORCL1 through connection pool CP supplier 2 and logical request hash, physical request hash. This is nothing but physical request. This is the query that is going to hit the physical database. Okay, we can, as this is a physical query, we can verify this query in our SQL editor tools as well. Okay, let us check that. Click on. I don't know why it is so slow today. I am selecting supplier to database. I am going to execute this following query that is generated in the background. See, our query got executed, and you can tally results as well. This is my report that is generated in front end page. Okay, but here these names will be different. Okay, but you can easily understand what's happening here. See, 18, 18, 1045, 1027. Even this order will get interchanged. Column orders and sorting will be different over here. But data will you can tally with all the other data things like American cheese slices. Dollar sum is 43,973. Here, this is the dollar sum 43,972. In our tool, we have not defined any precision, so it's not getting displayed over here. But here, everything, whatever the thing that is present in database is getting displayed over here. Fine, right? This is how we are going to check logs, and this is how we are going to confirm that whatever the RPD that we have loaded, whatever the particular RPD that we have loaded into the BI server is getting our desired data or not, is fetching our desired data or not. Sometimes what happens is if you have provided any wrong join internally, and if we paste this query over here, then we can get ourselves confirmed that that query, whatever that is getting generated over here, even that query is not generating any results. Then we can confirm that it's problem with our joins or something. Okay, we can ask if we have any SQL experts, we can ask the SQL expert to write a query for these following results. We can ask SQL experts to write a query for these following results, and we can tally with that what are the query that is getting generated in the background and what are the query that has been provided with some SQL expert. You can tally whether both these data are getting fetched correctly or not. And with that particular query, you can get an idea we have done any mistake somewhere in join spot or somewhere else. Okay, by that you can get a confirmation with these logs. Okay, what is the comfort that our tool is going to provide is it is providing us with the comfort that there is no need to write this such a big lines and lines of code. We just do drag and drop, and the tool itself write these big queries. That is the main advantage of this using these BA tools. Okay. By this I have completed how to load RPD into this Oracle BI server and how to check whether RPD is working correctly or not, and how to view logs. Okay, I have done for the day. Okay, if you guys have any queries, you can shoot your queries. Is everything clear up to now, Rajesh? Do you have any queries? Harish? What are your doubts, Harish? Get them clarified now itself. I think you have muted your mic. You yourself have muted your mic. Unmute that and you can speak now.
I think everything is fine.
Hmm?
Everything is okay.
Everything is okay? Okay, fine. Okay, by this we have loaded this RPD, and from tomorrow we will be working on this whatever the RPD that we have created now, and we are going to use that RPD for all our coming sessions, like another 15 or 20 more sessions. We will be using this same RPD only. Okay.